And today it's my honor to have an opportunity to celebrate and to recognize the work that Ken Hopper's done. I'm not going to repeat what's in the email. You can read that at length. But I would like to comment on a couple of features of Ken and Ken's work that I think are worthy of our recognition, not the least of which would be his passion. Ken, I think, recently turned 91, if I have the right date, and Ken is still incredibly active in the management issues that he has identified over his career. One of the things that I like about Ken is he's a practitioner. While he is an academic, he's also a practitioner. He was a consultant, a teacher, and continues to be active. And that leads to kind of the second feature that I think is so very important in Ken, and that's his commitment. I've had an opportunity to interact with some of the graduate students that are working on their doctoral degrees that are consulting with Ken, and Ken continues to give to his knowledge to those that are coming from behind. If you haven't had a chance to read his book, The Puritan Gift, he wrote it with his brother. I had a chance to first read it last summer. I would highly recommend it, regardless of what your discipline is. I think you'll find it an incredible read. It talks a whole lot about some things about the U.S. commercial environment that I wouldn't otherwise have perceived. The last thing I would want to do here in recognizing Ken is to acknowledge that through Ken, we have made some relationships with Manchester Metropolitan University, and particularly David Roberts. David Roberts is a colleague of ours at Manchester. He has done a lot of work with David, and he provided a lot of with Ken, pardon me, and he provided a lot of the background that was in the email that I sent to you. One of the things that I love about this relationship is that we start to get some faculty interaction. So not too long ago, David Roberts was in this very classroom lecturing to Dave Pericone's sports management class, and he had the students doing research on the spot. It was an incredible opportunity to watch him actively get the students in terms of things they weren't used to over in the UK. So it was quite an exciting experience. So we concluded our note to you with the following words, and I'm going to read them because I think they're pertinent. In consideration of the many notable contributions that Ken has made to the fields of business management and economics, and his passion and love of learning, we are proud to honor him through a proclamation and resolution before the fully assembled faculty of Centenary University. And this certificate reads as follows: presented with great appreciation for outstanding contribution in the fields of economics and business management by the Centenary University faculty, awarded to Kenneth Hopper, spring 2017. Ken?
That's all. It was very brief. During my career, I started off as an engineer trained in Glasgow, and I had interesting experiences with Procter & Gamble and also in Ireland. As a result of that, particularly my Irish experience, I found it was easy for me to get into other countries. And one of the places I was sent to do seminars was Citroën Peugeot in Alsace. And my French is fairly good. And it so happened, how many of you know where the name America was first printed? Mm-hmm. Oh, good. One of the places I was sent to was Citroën Peugeot in Alsace. And when I was there, the Tour de France came through. And I was working with a young industrial engineer, and we agreed we'd take an hour or so off just to see the tour going through. And as I was going through Main Street, there was a platform, and on it the mayor was sitting, and over his head was the words "Saint-Dié, la marraine d'Amérique." And my French is fairly good, but I did not know the word "la marraine." So I asked him what it was, and he said, "It's the godmother of America." And I didn't realize this. And he said, the reason is that the word America was first printed in Saint-Dié. The monks of Saint-Dié had been given the job of writing a history of the world. And one of the recent events was the discovery of America. And they felt that Columbus really was too limited. But Amerigo Vespucci had sailed up the east coast. So they decided to call the country after him, Amerigo. And that is why America was first printed in Saint-Dié in Alsace.
Still teaching. Still teaching. Thank you so much.